it's Allie from ParadiseFearCentral.com. Alright, so you guys are on the Acoustic in the Round tour.
Yes.
Like, it's a much different setup than typical tours.
Yes, it
You
is.
want to explain what the setup is and why you guys decided to do it?
So the setup, we travel with our own risers because the regular stages weren't good enough for us. I don't know. They wouldn't really have worked for the tour. We wanted to make it as intimate of an experience as possible, and so we figured why not be right in the middle of the crowd and have them on all sides of us. We saw a couple. Taking Back Sunday has a really awesome live DVD that they did the same thing. They had people around them, and then we also saw a lot of like those VH1 storytellers things. So we were inspired by those and thought we could do a pretty cool take on it, basically. So yeah, the key word of the whole tour, the whole idea was intimacy. Like from the get-go, like how can we make this as intimate as possible? So like we have fans vote on songs. We encourage people to be interacting with us throughout the show and everything. So.
I really enjoy being able to actually see directly people who are listening to the music. Usually I think it's like a totally isolated, like one-time experience. Like I see somebody once and I'm like, oh, maybe catch a glimpse of their face. But now I can actually like directly perceive how people are taking in the show, which is very informative and very interesting. And a little embarrassing. Famously interesting.
I really like the setup process. We got really good at setting it up. We did it in like 20 minutes yesterday, like the entire thing. It's kind of just interesting to see how fast we can go.
You guys like time yourselves?
We
like, every day?
actually we've started now. Since the start of the tour, we've started trying to beat our record.
Nice.
So 20 minutes, I think, is our top.
It's been an experience.
Really, that's for sure. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. We kind of just like really worried. Like, I had no idea how this was gonna go. But then the first show totally blew us away. Like,
Yeah.
super fun.
Awesome. And then, do you have a favorite song to play acoustically rather than full band?
I really like playing Lullaby a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
I like Get.
It's super fun.
I guess I really like playing. I think the Bot Review probably my favorite one to play. The acoustic version of.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It seems to fit better acoustic than it did with kind of the hip hop production.
Yeah.
But it's cool both ways. I like it both ways. But it's
Yeah.
really fun to kind of strip it down for this kind of set.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I probably prefer Fought For Me acoustic as opposed to the full band version. Might also prefer Battle Scars a little bit acoustic. I don't know. It's kind of hard to compare. The songs took on completely different personalities when we approached them acoustic. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit difficult to look at it. But yeah, but just not many. For the most part, I prefer the full band version.
Yeah. Recently released the Battle Scars acoustic EP.
Indeed.
And did you like decide to do the acoustic EP and then say, hey, let's do this acoustic tour, or vice versa?
Not necessarily. The acoustic EP was in the works for a longer time than this tour was, but the timing worked out pretty well. We needed some tour to do. We're like, okay, we know we're releasing the acoustic EP, so it did make a little more sense. Either of them probably would have happened otherwise, like regardless of one another, but as soon as we released the acoustic EP and or started releasing stuff from it, and saw how excited people were about it, it encouraged us more to like really pursue this idea, because we did a lot of the kind of grunt work ourselves and with our agent. So it was a tall order at first, but once we saw how well people liked the acoustic EP and the acoustic versions of the songs, like okay, let's do this. Like this could work out really well.
And you guys have a Google Glass, which is so awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
And you guys have been like recording songs during the set?
We have, yeah. We haven't got to use it quite as much as we would have liked, but we did it. We used it a ton at the New York show. Just kind of passed it around the stage. We didn't want it to distract too much because it is so different, and you're not used to seeing someone wear it in the first place, let alone on stage.
Yeah.
We didn't want it to distract too much from the performances, but we do. We've been kind of piecing some stuff together over the tour that we're hoping to kind of cut together essentially like a tour update video, but based on the glass footage.
Yeah.
Is kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I love the footage that it gets. I hate wearing it because it's very confusing because you're seeing your line of sight in a tiny little square box, like bordered up in the corner. It's very difficult to view use it and not dwell on that box that's up there.
Yeah.
So, but the footage that it gets is amazing. That's
Whose idea was it to use Google Glass?
Mine, kind of. We were sitting around one night talking about the tour and interesting, unique, because it is so unique. Like we wanted to be able to cover it in a unique way. And I'm very like techie. I love tech. I'm very interested by it. So I was like, like how crazy would it be if we could get Google Glass? Thinking like there was no way it would actually happen. And Sam was like, yeah, for sure, let's do it. Sam looked into it. Like you just apply for their Explorer program, and we got accepted, which was so sick. Yeah. And I keep thinking about it, like, because the initial idea with it was to cover the acoustic tour, and I keep forgetting like we don't have to like return it after the tour is done. You know, like we're going to have this thing like forever.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to think about kind of prospects down the road. You know, we go to the UK in April, so like to be able to cover it over there, it's going to be hopefully a tool. We're still figuring out the best way to use it and everything. So hopefully it's something that we continue to use for a very long time.
Yeah.
Be able to give very unique insights into performing on stage, behind the scenes stuff, all facets of the life.
Awesome. And like you said, you're going on tour to the UK.
Yes.
What are you excited to see or do there?
Holy crap. Everything, really. I've always been really interested and fascinated by Europe and the UK, and had a lot of friends who travel there say how amazing it is. And I don't know, it's even when we go and play in like Toronto or in Canada, like, you notice the difference in the people, and the way they appreciate the music is different than it is in the US. So I imagine over there it's like even on a more extreme scale. So we're really excited to. Anytime you get a chance to play in front of new faces is exciting. You know, we're doing a tour like this where we're playing for a lot of familiar faces, people who've kind of been with us from the beginning. So anytime you're like, okay, these are new people, they have no idea who we are, they don't really give a shit about us. Let's prove it. like we know we're confident in our craft, so hopefully we can win over some new fans. And I mean, we're doing it with the Somerset. And like we've been very close with the Somerset for a while now. So the fact that we not only get to do the tour, but with like some of our closest friends, and obviously they're an amazing band as well. Like, there's a lot of good things about it.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm worried about is I might not leave. I might just stay over there and never come back.
Well, it's the end of him in Paradise Fears.
So yeah, I'll be in the UK if you need me. Just hanging with Hugh Grant, maybe.
No big deal.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just excited to be there. There's a lot of stuff that I don't really know about the UK that I feel like I'll probably learn just kind of by being immersed in the whole culture.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, just kind of, you know, interacting with the people, the fans, and kind of seeing where, you know, maybe
If you ever like
we're
stepped out
different
for a second, like
where
sit down in a chair right away.
I really like the UK. I only spent a couple days in London earlier this year, but after doing that, I was like, I have to get back here. These people's accents are so fantastic. So I've been generally, I think, probably mostly just spending as much time around people who are talking in British accents as possible.
It's the best part.
Just go to as many castles as I possibly can. Is what I'm
That,
trying to
and
do.
check out as many old-style phone booths.
Castles and phone booths is what works.
Have you had any like obsessions with like TV shows or music or movies, anything lately?
Recently, the newest show a few of us are getting into is a show called True Detective. Just
started
Matthew
watching that.
McConaughey and Woody
So
Harrelson. It's
good.
unbelievable. We were like driving. I started watching it as we were driving like through Texas and West Texas, like where a lot of the show takes place. And it was like almost like uncomfortable in my skin. Like this is insane. So a few of us have been getting into that. A lot of the shows I really like are kind of like not, or they're airing right now, but I'm a binge show watcher. I like to just crank it out. So like we're all like big How I Met Your Mother fans. But that's like
Coming to an end.
chugging along. So yeah, that'll be a very emotional thing. I'm trying to think what we've kind of, the music's been all over the place with what we've been listening to. Hasn't been a lot. Sometimes tours will have like those 2 albums that are always bumping. But it hasn't necessarily been the case. As weird as it sounds, we've been writing a ton of music recently. So there's a lot of like listening to that stuff with a critical ear, like dissecting our own music, and like because we're getting ready to record a lot of it, so we want to make sure it's where it needs to be. Other than that, we've just been, there's a lot of weird voices we've been doing on this tour. Take a lot of time out of the day. I won't get into them now, but it's been fun. It's been good, yeah.
like TV shows.
Yeah.
We just started watching a show called True Detective. That's
Exactly what happened.
Yeah.
pretty good. It's very. I don't watch as much TV. Like I didn't realize how right.
Yeah.
It's sort of. It's like I didn't realize when I was first watching it how symbolic and kind of deep it was. Then Sam sent me an article and it talked a little about some of the reoccurring themes, and there's a lot of this stuff was kind of floating right by me, and it's definitely a interesting show. A little bit dark.
Yeah, I started watching like the first 2 episodes the other day.
Right.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely it's something else.
Anything besides True Detective?
I've been watching a lot of Stanley Kubrick movies. He's kind of an older director. Lucas and I have been watching a lot of his movies, kind of just pretty much that though. Haven't been watching a lot of TV on this tour, which is usually a change. It's a change for us. We usually watch a lot of TV on tour. But,
Yeah.
I'm looking out the window a lot more.
There's a world.
There's a world out there beyond your screens.
You guys have co-written a lot of songs with a bunch
Yeah.
of different people. Who's been your favorite person that you've co-written
Oh
with?
boy, that's a hard kind of question. I like a lot of them that are really, really great. It's hard to compare favorites because there are specialties of certain writers we've written with. One of my favorite experiences of co-writing was I got to spend a couple of days just kind of like camped out in Virginia with a guy named Dave Cook, who was in one of my favorite bands growing up called My Favorite Highway. And that was a really, really instructive experience. And I mean, we wrote 3 songs, one ended up getting used, but still like it's like a very, very nice, peaceful, calming experience. And the result of the song was, the result of this actually, the song we used was Who You Are. So.
We kind of had a team that did Lullaby and Battle Scars, and that's Brian from Somerset, and our friend Jordan Schmidt, who did like some of the songs on Yours Truly, like way back in the day.
Yeah.
So he's really talented, and we really like writing with him.
And do you have any apps on your phone that would surprise people that you have it?
I'd say my most common app used is Grubhub, which is the food app. I listen to a lot of radio, so I have TuneIn Radio. NPR is one of the most popular ones. And then this app called Sleep Cycle, and it tells you like what your sleep schedule is like and how much sleep you're getting and whatnot. And it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think so.
I've got playbooks.
What's that?
Books.
Oh, books.
Oh,
Yeah.
books. Good.
Yeah. Maybe the weather radar, but that's not too weird.
I use a star chart very often.
Did you take part in the Flappy craze at all?
Yes, I still have it on my phone.
So
I
what?
hear if you put it on eBay, you can buy it now for like $1,500.
That's crazy.
So I'm thinking about doing that. Because I mean, my iPhone 5 is worth what? Like $100, $200 now?
Yeah.
To buy another one and have a bunch of money. But
There you go. What's your high score?
I don't even want to say it. Not good. I
Okay.
got a medal, but
Hey, that's something.
yeah. I was like 20 something. I stopped though.
I was never even touched
I
it.
was against it, yeah.
Good.
It looks too
Yeah.
frustrated to even. Yeah.
It is really frustrating.
So do you still have it now?
I do.
Even though it's
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I thought about deleting it because I got so frustrated, and then I just didn't.
Well, I heard
And
you
then
could
like a couple days later, the guy
sell your
deleted the
phone.
app.
Can you
That's the
sell it
coolest
for like $1
thing.
million
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah.
70,000 right now.
Yeah. But now Fallout Boy, they have their own version
Fallout
of it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. Do you have any last words to say
Last
to the
words?
people? Well,
You gonna off me after this?
we're in the Hunger Games, actually.
Is this last words? Thank you all for whoever's watching this. You must care a little bit about my band, so thank you for supporting us always. We have the most incredible support system there is, and hope to see you soon. Be ready for lots of new tunes coming out this year. It's gonna be a very, very big year. We're all excited. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. My pleasure.
I'll put links in the description of the video to all the social media sites for the band and to iTunes. You can buy Battle Scars Acoustic EP. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.